Have you ever felt like life is pulling you down, and happiness is something only other people get to feel? You smile in public, but deep down, you're tired. Tired of pretending, tired of surviving. Let me tell you something most people will never say out loud. Happiness is not a reward for a perfect life. It's a choice, a fight, a quiet rebellion against everything trying to break you. And in today's world, full of chaos, disappointment, and noise, choosing happiness is an act of courage. This isn't just another motivational video. This is a wake-up call. A reminder that your peace does not depend on your past, your joy does not belong to others, and your healing does not need anyone's permission. So don't click away. Because by the end of this video, you won't just understand happiness. You'll know how to build it, protect it, and become it, even when life is hard. Life is not meant to be easy, but in its difficulty lies the invitation to awaken something greater within you. There's a deep misunderstanding many of us carry, often without even realizing it. The belief that life is supposed to be comfortable, that if we're doing things right, then things should go smoothly, painlessly, effortlessly. But life doesn't work like that. From the moment we are born, struggle is part of the journey. The first breath a newborn takes comes after a cry. The very act of entering this world is not gentle. It is powerful, raw, and filled with force. And yet, we forget. We grow up and start seeking ease, chasing pleasure, hiding from pain, believing that happiness lies in avoiding discomfort. But what if that's the lie? What if true happiness, deep inner peace, doesn't come from escaping life's difficulties, but from facing them with awareness? You see, life was never meant to be easy. It was meant to be real. And in its reality, there is joy, yes. But there is also sorrow, uncertainty, challenge, and change. When things fall apart, when relationships break, when plans fail, when health declines, when loneliness creeps in, it is then that life offers you a sacred invitation. It says, "Come. Now is the time to awaken. Now is the moment to find the truth of who you are." Because when everything around you is comfortable, there is no urgency to look inward. But when the floor beneath you shakes, suddenly you must go deeper. You must ask questions that comfort never inspires. Who am I when nothing is working? What am I clinging to? What does happiness mean when everything hurts? These are not easy questions, but they are powerful ones. And it is in the asking that transformation begins. This is the hidden blessing of hard times. They strip away the illusions. They burn down the false stories. They leave you bare, exposed, and free. Free to rebuild, free to reimagine, free to reconnect with the part of you that cannot be broken, no matter what life throws at you. That part has always been there, silent, patient, waiting for you to fall just far enough that you finally look inward. So when life gets hard, don't just ask why me. Ask, what now? What can I learn? What strength can I discover? This isn't about pretending that pain feels good. It's about understanding that pain has a purpose. And when you accept the invitation it offers, you begin to awaken something deeper. Resilience, presence, and a happiness not built on conditions, but on consciousness. So no, life is not meant to be easy, but that's not a curse. It's a sacred design. Because only in challenge do you find the path to your true self. Happiness is not something you stumble upon. It is not a gift life throws at you. It is a choice you must make, again and again. Most people chase happiness as if it's a prize waiting to be discovered somewhere out there, hidden in a job, a relationship, a house, a number in the bank, or a certain status in society. They wait for the perfect moment. When I get this, then I'll be happy. When life settles down, I'll be happy. When people understand me, I'll finally feel peace. But happiness doesn't work like that. It's not hiding behind your next achievement. It's not a random lottery ticket that some people get and others don't. It's not a reward for being lucky. Happiness is a deliberate decision. It is a mental and spiritual stance. A choice you make, even when the world gives you every reason not to. You don't wait for happiness. You create it, moment by moment, choice by choice. Think of a cloudy day. The sky is gray, the air is heavy, maybe even stormy. You can curse the clouds, or you can still dance in the rain. You can still smile at a stranger. You can still close your eyes and breathe deeply. Because joy doesn't depend on sunshine. It depends on awareness. Happiness comes from how you interpret your experience, not just the experience itself. Two people can go through the same hardship. One grows bitter, the other grows wiser. Why? Because one chooses to suffer, while the other chooses to evolve. That's the power you hold, and most people forget it. They give their power away to circumstances. If life is good, I'll be good. But this creates a dangerous pattern. Your peace becomes fragile, always at the mercy of something external. True happiness, lasting happiness, comes from taking that power back. You say to yourself, I will not wait for life to be perfect. I will not wait for others to behave as I wish. I choose peace now. I choose joy now. I choose presence now. This doesn't mean you ignore pain. This doesn't mean you fake smiles. It means you recognize your inner authority. You may not control the storm, but you can control your sail. Every morning you wake up, you're given another chance to decide who you want to be. The world may still be chaotic, but inside you, there can be stillness. That stillness is your power. That stillness is the soil where happiness grows. So no, happiness is not something you stumble upon. It's not lost. It's not far. It is within you. Quiet, waiting, ready. And every moment of your life gives you the opportunity to choose it again and again and again. Make that choice, because that's where your freedom begins. Even when storms rage, even when silence becomes heavy, you must remind yourself you are still here, you are still breathing. There are moments in life when everything feels like too much. Moments when the storm outside mirrors the storm within. When your thoughts become loud, your heart feels heavy, and the silence around you isn't peaceful, it's hollow. You may feel like you're standing in the middle of chaos and yet completely alone, like no one truly sees what you're going through, and that weight, the weight of invisible struggle, it can feel unbearable. But in those moments, when nothing seems certain, there is one truth that remains. You are still here. Yes, the world may have disappointed you. Yes, people may have left. Yes, your plans may have crumbled, but you are still standing. And that means something. That means you haven't given up. That means you still have breath. And where there is breath, there is choice. Where there is breath, there is possibility. So take a moment, close your eyes, and simply breathe. Not for the world, not for anyone else, but for yourself. Because sometimes, the most powerful act of resistance is to simply keep breathing, to sit in the storm and not run, to hear the chaos and not lose yourself in it, to feel the silence and still say, I am here. We forget how strong we are because our strength often doesn't look dramatic. It's not always shouting or fighting or winning battles. Sometimes strength is waking up when you don't want to, getting out of bed when your mind tells you there's no reason to, smiling at someone even when your soul feels tired. That's real strength, to exist fully in a world that keeps testing you and still choose to stay grounded. No one may applaud you for breathing through your breakdown. No one may notice the small steps you're taking, but you know, you feel it. Every breath you take is proof. You are alive. You are here. You have not been defeated. Because you are more than your circumstances. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it, the space in which it passes, and eventually every storm passes. What stays is you, your awareness, your strength, your soul. So the next time the silence feels too loud, the next time the sadness creeps in without knocking, pause. Feel your breath. Place your hand on your heart and whisper to yourself, I am still here. I am still breathing. And that is enough for today. Because sometimes survival is victory, and choosing to stay is the first step toward healing. Hardship doesn't break you, it reveals you. The question is, who are you in the face of pain? There's a belief many people hold, often quietly, that pain is punishment, that struggle is failure, that if life is hard, then something must be wrong with them. But the truth is much deeper and far more empowering. Life does not send pain to break you. It sends pain to reveal you, to show you what's real, to test what's fragile, and to awaken what's eternal within you. Hardship strips away the surface. It removes the masks. It dissolves the illusions. And what's left is the raw, honest version of you. You see, when things are easy, it's easy to be kind. It's easy to be patient. It's easy to speak wisely, to smile, to say, I'm okay. But when the pressure builds, when the comfort fades, that is when your truth surfaces. So ask yourself, who are you when nothing is going your way? Who are you when your name isn't being praised, when you aren't being noticed, when life says no again and again? That's who you really are. And here's the beauty. That version of you, the one forged in fire, is stronger, purer, and wiser than you've ever known. Think of gold. It must be put through fire to be refined. It is not destroyed by the heat. It is perfected by it. You are no different. Your soul learns through experience. Your wisdom grows not from ease, but from endurance. You can read 100 books on strength, but one heartbreak will teach you more. One moment of failure, one dark night of the soul. These are your real teachers. Because it's in the struggle that you discover what truly matters, what you can live without, what you must protect, what you are willing to stand for, even when the world is silent. So the next time life knocks you down, don't just ask, why is this happening to me? Ask instead, what is this showing me about myself? Maybe it's revealing your hidden patience. Maybe it's bringing forth a leadership you never knew you had. Maybe it's waking you up to the strength you've been running from. Because pain always has a message, if you are willing to listen. And that message is rarely about defeat. It's about growth. It's life saying, you are ready to evolve, you are ready to rise, you are ready to meet the deeper version of yourself. So no, hardship doesn't break you. It introduces you to the parts of you that were asleep. It introduces you to you. Push yourself, not to smile for the world, but to smile inwardly, to whisper to your soul, I choose peace even now. Too often, we wear smiles like masks. We smile to avoid questions. We smile to keep others comfortable. We smile because the world expects us to, even when we are quietly breaking inside. But that smile, the one worn for the world, it's hollow when it doesn't come from within. This is not a call to fake your emotions. This is not about pretending everything is okay. This is about something far more powerful, something sacred. It's about choosing to smile inwardly, to give your soul the gift of acceptance, even when the mind is full of noise. You don't have to pretend that life is easy. You don't have to impress anyone with how strong you appear. Instead, go deeper. Ask yourself, can I make peace with this moment just as it is? Can I sit with my pain without resisting it? Can I breathe into the storm and still choose calmness within? This is the real push, not a push to perform, but a push to connect with your center. Because at your center, beneath the anxiety, beneath the chaos, beneath the stories, there is stillness. There is a quiet place untouched by fear or noise. And when you smile from that place, even if no one else sees it, it is healing. It's not about smiling for others. It's about smiling with your soul. A soft, gentle moment between you and you. That smile says, I know this is hard, but I'm still choosing love. I know I'm hurting, but I won't abandon myself. I may be tired, but I won't give up on peace. Push yourself, not out of ego, not out of pride, but out of compassion. Push yourself to pause, to take a slow breath, to unclench your fists, to let go of the stories playing in your mind, and to say, even now, I choose peace. That choice might feel small. It might feel like a chant, just nothing. But inside you, something begins to shift. You stop fighting the moment, you stop judging yourself, and for a brief, beautiful second, you return home to yourself. This is the path of the peaceful warrior. To remain soft in a world that hardens people. To choose light when darkness surrounds. To smile, not because life is perfect, but because your soul remembers you were never broken. So today, push yourself, not to smile for the camera, not to prove anything to the world, but to close your eyes, take a breath, and smile gently within. Because peace isn't loud, peace is quiet, peace is a choice, and that choice starts with you. The mind will resist. It will say, this is unfair, this is too much. But the heart knows you were born to rise. There's a voice inside you, always whispering, sometimes shouting. It questions everything. It clings to comfort. It fears change, avoids pain, and resists growth. That voice is the mind. And make no mistake, the mind is not your enemy. It is a powerful tool, but left unchecked, it becomes a cage. In moments of difficulty, the mind reacts first. This isn't fair. Why me? I can't handle this. It's too late. This pain will never end. These thoughts feel real, but they are not truth. They are only echoes of your conditioning. They come from fear, not from faith. The mind wants to protect you, yes, but it often does so by pulling you away from challenge, from growth, from evolution. But listen closely, because beneath the noise of the mind, something else exists, the heart. The heart does not shout. It does not argue. It does not explain itself. It simply knows. It knows your strength. It knows your purpose. It knows the path you were born to walk. And in the face of fear, it whispers softly, you were born for more. You are not here to surrender. You were born to rise. The heart is your compass, your deepest truth. It speaks through stillness. It speaks through intuition. It speaks through that quiet pull that urges you to take just one more step, even when everything feels heavy. So when your mind tells you to give up, pause. Don't fight the thoughts, just observe them. Because thoughts are not commands, they are suggestions. You can choose which ones to believe. And belief is everything. You see, belief is the seed from which reality grows. If you believe you're weak, your actions shrink. If you believe you're broken, your energy reflects that. But if you believe you can rise, even if you're unsure how to, your soul begins to move. Even the smallest spark of faith is enough to light the path forward. So don't silence the mind, but don't obey it blindly either. Balance it with your heart. Let your mind raise the questions, but let your heart decide the answers. When you walk that way, in awareness, in alignment, you become unstoppable. Not because you have no fear, but because you've chosen not to live from it. Remember this. The mind will resist. It's what it does. But the heart remembers. It remembers your fire. It remembers your purpose. It remembers the light inside you, even when you've forgotten it yourself. So trust the heart. Push past the noise. Listen to the whisper within, and rise. You were never meant to stay small. The greatest warriors are not always loud. Sometimes they sit quietly in darkness, fighting battles no one sees. When we think of strength, we often imagine something dramatic, loud voices, visible victories, the ones who stand on stages, the ones who are applauded, the ones who win. But not all strength looks like that. Some of the greatest warriors don't wear armor. They don't raise swords. They don't stand in spotlights. They sit in silence, in the quiet corners of life, with their pain, with their past, with their private wars. And they keep going. They smile for others when they feel like crying. They offer kindness when they've been treated cruelly. They rise from bed even when their soul feels heavy. They carry on without recognition, without applause, without help. These are the unseen warriors, and they walk among us every day. You might be one of them, fighting through anxiety no one knows about, facing memories that haunt your sleep, coping with loss while pretending everything's fine, pushing through a darkness you can't even explain. And still, you show up. Still, you give. Still, you try. This is not weakness. This is not failure. This is bravery in its purest form. Because courage isn't just about charging into battle, it's about facing the battle within, the one that doesn't make headlines but shapes your entire life. And it's hard. It's hard to suffer in silence. It's hard to fight invisible enemies like doubt, depression, loneliness, or fear. But every time you stand up to those forces, you grow stronger. Even if you don't feel strong, even if it's messy, even if all you did today was survive, that's enough. Because survival in silence, without praise, without reward, takes more strength than most people will ever understand. So be proud of yourself. Maybe your battle isn't something the world celebrates, but your endurance is sacred. Maybe your healing is slow, but progress isn't measured in leaps, it's measured in persistence. Sometimes being a warrior doesn't mean winning every fight. Sometimes it means choosing not to quit. Sitting in that darkness, whispering to yourself, I don't know how, but I will rise again. And if no one sees your struggle, that's okay, because the soul keeps score, the universe remembers, and your future self will one day thank you for not giving up. So to all the quiet warriors, keep going. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. The strength you're building today in silence will one day become the peace you carry in every step. Because real power is quiet. And real warriors, they fight from the inside out. You don't need perfect circumstances to be happy. You need clarity. The clarity to see that pain is a teacher. Many of us wait for life to arrange itself perfectly before we allow ourselves to be happy. We think, when I get the right job, when my health improves, when they understand me, when the past no longer hurts, then I'll be happy. But life rarely works on our schedule. It doesn't come wrapped in neat packages. It's unpredictable. And if your happiness depends on everything being perfect, you'll spend your whole life waiting. The truth is, you don't need a perfect life to feel peace. What you really need is clarity. Clarity is the ability to see through the illusion, to stop chasing someday, to realize that this moment, even with its imperfections, holds everything you need to begin. Clarity doesn't mean you love the pain. It means you understand it. You see the pain not as punishment, but as a guide. Because pain is a teacher. It teaches what comfort never can. Pain teaches presence. When you're hurting, you're forced to pay attention, to listen, to pause. You begin to ask questions you never thought to ask in ease. Why am I here? What does this mean? What can I change? What am I ignoring? Pain strips away the unnecessary. It forces you to focus on what matters. It exposes the truth, not just about the world, but about yourself. And in that raw honesty, clarity is born. You begin to see who you are beneath the roles, beneath the expectations, beneath the masks. You realize that happiness isn't in things. It's not in perfection. It's in perception, a quiet mind, a grateful heart, a deep breath in the middle of the storm. That's happiness. That's freedom. But you can't reach that state by avoiding discomfort. You reach it by walking through it with awareness. So instead of waiting for life to become easier, train your eyes to see deeper. Train your heart to find the meaning. Train your spirit to recognize the lessons disguised as struggles. This is clarity, and clarity is power. Because when you're clear, you stop needing everything to be just right. You stop blaming the world for your peace. You stop chasing happiness and start creating it. Right here, right now, with all your flaws, with all your doubts, with all your unfinished healing. Because even in your brokenness, as wisdom is blooming, even in your uncertainty, clarity is forming, even in your pain, joy is possible. So don't wait for perfection. Look pain in the eyes and say, I see you, I hear you, I will learn from you. And in that moment, you take back your power. Not by changing the world, but by changing how you see it. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Instead, become stronger, more rooted, more unshakable. How often do we whisper to ourselves, I just need a break. If things would calm down, I'd be okay. If only life would get easier, then I could finally breathe. But what if that moment never comes? What if life never becomes easy? What if the chaos doesn't end, the pressure doesn't lift, the path doesn't magically clear? Do we wait forever, or do we evolve? The truth is, waiting for life to become easier is a trap. It keeps you in a loop of dependence, a victim to circumstance, always hoping for better weather, never learning how to walk in the storm. But the storm is not your enemy. The storm is your training ground. Every wave that hits you, every challenge that pushes you to your knees, is not there to destroy you, it's there to shape you. And while others hope for smoother seas, you have another choice. Become the kind of person who learns to sail no matter the wind. Strength isn't given, it's earned through repetition, through hardship, through choosing growth over comfort. You don't become unshakable by escaping life. You become unshakable by standing tall within it. Every time you rise when it would be easier to stay down, you grow roots. Every time you take one more step when quitting feels like relief, you build muscle. Not physical muscle, but mental, emotional, spiritual resilience. This world doesn't need more people running from their pain. It needs more people who are rooted, grounded in who they are, not shaken by temporary storms. You are capable of becoming that person, but first you must give up the illusion that life will ever be without challenge. Hardships will come. People will disappoint you, you will fall, you will fail. But none of those things define you. What defines you is what you do next. Will you lie in wait for things to change, or will you change? Will you break apart under pressure, or will you learn to expand beyond it? You don't need guarantees, you need grit. You need to wake up each day with the decision, I will not be controlled by what's outside me, I will rise from within. Because here's the truth most people avoid. Life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. And that strength, it doesn't just serve you, it becomes you. One day, someone will look at you and wonder how you've endured so much and still carry peace in your eyes. And you'll smile quietly, because you'll know you stopped waiting, you started becoming. And that made all the difference. Breathe, just breathe. Happiness begins in this very breath, when you are fully present, fully alive. We often search for happiness in distant places, in dreams not yet reached, in futures not yet lived, in things we don't yet possess. But in doing so, we overlook something simple, something powerful, something always within reach: your breath. Right now, wherever you are, in the middle of chaos, in the quiet of a dark room, in the struggle of a difficult day, you can return to your breath. It sounds too simple, but it's not. Because when you bring your full attention to a single breath, you bring yourself home. The mind, by its nature, runs to the past and leaps into the future. It pulls you into memories filled with regret or into imagined futures filled with fear. But the breath only lives now. That's the magic of it. You can't breathe 5 minutes ago, you can't breathe tomorrow. You can only breathe this breath, and that means this moment is the only one that truly exists. And when you become aware of it, when you stop and feel the air entering your lungs, the rise and fall of your chest, you are no longer a prisoner of your thoughts. You are alive, fully, truly, deeply alive. This is where happiness begins. Not in solving everything, not in reaching the perfect outcome, but in being fully present with what is. Try it. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose. Feel the breath fill your body. Then exhale, gently. Do it again and again. Not as a task, not as a performance, but as a quiet reunion with yourself. Notice what happens. The noise softens, the tension releases, the worry fades, even just a little. Why? Because the breath is truthful. It's always honest. It never lies. It reflects your state of being. And when you consciously return to it, it guides you out of the mind and into the moment. It tells you, you are safe. You are here. You are not your past. You are not your fear. You are simply this, alive. And aliveness is joy. Not the kind that explodes like fireworks, but the quiet, steady joy of existence. The kind of joy that comes from knowing you are enough. This moment is enough. And within this breath, there is peace. So the next time the world feels too loud, the next time your heart races and your thoughts spiral, stop chasing, just stop and breathe. Not to escape, but to return to yourself. Because in this breath, you are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are simply here. And that is where happiness begins. You are not your suffering. You are the awareness that watches it. That space is where peace is born. Pain can feel overwhelming. When it arrives, it fills every corner of your being. It clouds your thoughts, tightens your chest, and makes it seem like the pain is you. But that is the illusion. The truth is, you are not your suffering. You are the one experiencing suffering. You are the one who notices it. And if you can notice it, that means you are separate from it. This is the beginning of freedom. Close your eyes for a moment. Think of a painful emotion, maybe sadness, fear, or anger. Now ask yourself, who is observing this emotion? The part of you that sees the pain is not the pain, it's the awareness behind it. Calm, quiet, untouched. Imagine standing at the edge of a river. The water flows past you, muddy, fast, turbulent. That water is your suffering, but you are not the river. You are the one watching it flow. This shift in perspective may seem small, but it changes everything. When you identify with pain, I am depressed, I am broken, I am lost, it becomes your identity. But when you step back and say, I'm experiencing depression, or I'm feeling pain, you create space. And in that space is power. Power to respond with wisdom, power to choose compassion, power to find peace even in the presence of struggle. This doesn't mean you ignore your pain. It means you witness it without being consumed by it. The awareness within you, the part that sees, feels, and observes, is eternal. It has watched you through every storm, and it remains silent, present, unshaken. That is who you really are. When you meditate, you're not escaping pain. You're returning to that space of awareness. You're reminding yourself that your essence is untouched, no matter how loud the suffering becomes. This is why people find peace even in prisons, why monks smile while owning nothing, why some shine after losing everything. Because they've discovered the space within that no pain can corrupt, and that space exists in you too. It's not something you have to create, it's already there, beneath the noise, beneath the emotion, beneath the story. So next time suffering visits, try this. Pause, feel the pain, but then shift and observe it. Notice it with curiosity, not fear. Say to yourself, this is pain, but I'm not pain. I am the one who sees it. I am the sky. This is the cloud. It will pass. And slowly, gently, peace will begin to rise. Not because the suffering vanished, but because you stopped identifying with it. You remembered who you really are. You are not your suffering. You are the awareness that holds it, and that awareness is unbreakable. Don't avoid discomfort, embrace it. Within discomfort lies the key to transformation. Most people run from discomfort. It's human nature. We move toward pleasure and pull away from pain. We seek the soft, the safe, the certain. We crave ease, control, and comfort zones that protect us from uncertainty. But here's the hard truth. Nothing grows in comfort. No transformation ever came without some form of discomfort. Think of how a seed becomes a tree. First, it breaks. It pushes through the soil. It faces darkness, pressure, resistance, and still, it rises. The same is true for you. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your invitation to evolve. When you avoid discomfort, you avoid your potential. Because discomfort shows you where your edges are, and it's only by stretching those edges that you expand. Look at any great achievement in your life. Was it born in comfort, or did it come through challenge, effort, persistence? Growth hurts. That's why not everyone chooses it. It's easier to stay the same, to scroll past the pain, to numb the emotions, to pretend you're okay when you're not. But easy does not equal fulfilled. Safe does not mean alive. Comfortable doesn't mean you're growing. It just means you're standing still. You want to transform, you want to heal, you want to live fully. Then make peace with discomfort. Not because you love pain, but because you love what pain can teach you. It teaches patience, it teaches humility, it teaches strength, not the loud kind, but the quiet endurance to keep showing up. Discomfort is your training ground. Every moment you sit with it, without numbing, escaping, or complaining, you become more aware, more grounded, more resilient. And here's the secret most people miss. Discomfort is temporary. Growth is permanent. The discomfort you feel today will pass, but the version of you it creates, that's yours forever. You'll carry that strength into every room you walk into. That awareness will guide your choices. That courage will shape your future. But only if you stop running. When fear says, "This is too hard," answer with, "That's how I know it's worth it." When pain says, "You can't go on," whisper back, "Watch me." Face the cold, sit in the fire, walk through the unknown. Because beyond the discomfort is your transformation, and beyond transformation is freedom. So don't seek a life free of discomfort, seek a life full of meaning. Let discomfort be the sign that you're not stagnant, that you're growing, that you're alive. Because within discomfort lies your next level, your next strength, your next self. Remember, the seed must break for the tree to grow. You are breaking open, not falling apart. When life feels like it's tearing you apart, it's easy to believe that something is going wrong. You feel pain, deep, silent, often invisible. The familiar begins to disappear. What once made sense now feels foreign. What once felt safe now shakes beneath your feet. And so the mind panics. I'm falling apart. I'm losing control. I can't handle this. But pause. Look deeper. What if you're not breaking down? What if you're breaking open? Growth rarely looks graceful. Transformation is often disguised as chaos. Just like the seed must crack before the roots can take hold, you must shed who you were to become who you're meant to be. That breaking is not destruction, it's creation in disguise. Look at nature. A caterpillar dissolves inside its cocoon before it becomes a butterfly. A forest fire destroys, yes, but it also clears the way for new life. The night feels endless, but it gives birth to dawn. You are a part of that same sacred rhythm. Your pain is not the end of your story, it is the middle. It is the moment of alchemy, where the old you is being dismantled so the true you can emerge. But it hurts, doesn't it? The shedding of old identities, the releasing of relationships that no longer align, the death of the version of you that people once accepted. Still, don't mistake discomfort for destruction. Don't confuse pain with failure. Don't label your transformation as collapse. Because healing can feel like breaking, but in truth, it is unfolding. The pieces you think are falling apart are actually rearranging, realigning, returning you to your center. You don't grow into strength by staying the same. You grow when life challenges the structure you built in fear and replaces it with one made of truth. This process is not easy, but it is essential. The pain you feel is sacred. It is evidence that something within you is refusing to stay small. It is your inner self saying, no more pretending, no more hiding. It's time to rise. So, yes, you are breaking, but not apart. Open. You're not collapsing. You're unfolding. You're not dying. You're being reborn. Let the old go. Let the mask drop. Let the false self fall away. And trust that what's growing underneath is stronger, wiser, and more you than you've ever known. This is not the end. This is the beginning. And though it may not feel beautiful now, one day you'll look back and understand this breaking was your becoming. Push yourself, not out of force, but out of deep compassion for your future self. When we hear the words push yourself, we often think of pressure, discipline, hustle, force. We imagine grinding, pushing through pain, proving something to the world. But not all effort needs to be born out of pressure. Some effort can come from love. Not love for applause, not love for validation, but love for the person you are becoming. You see, discipline rooted in guilt is not sustainable. Pushing yourself out of shame will drain you. Trying to change because you feel not enough will only deepen the wounds. But when you push yourself out of compassion, everything shifts. Imagine your future self, the version of you who has healed, the one who is calm, confident, peaceful, and purposeful, the one who smiles deeply, not because life is perfect, but because they are grounded. That version of you is waiting, and every decision you make today brings you closer or further. So when you feel like giving up, pause, not to scold yourself, but to remind yourself, I'm doing this for the version of me who deserves to breathe freely. I'm doing this for the person I'm becoming. I'm doing this because I believe in who I am, even when I can't see it yet. This is self-respect. This is self-care at the highest level. Real love isn't soft all the time. Sometimes love is fierce. Sometimes love says, I know this is hard, but I won't let you stay stuck. That's the kind of energy you need when you push yourself. Not punishment, but purpose. When you rise early to take care of your mind, you're loving your future self. When you say no to distractions, you're protecting your inner peace. When you sit with your pain instead of numbing it, you're honoring your healing. When you choose growth over comfort, you're building a future that your soul deserves and bound. Andy, that's the kind of push that lasts. You don't have to scream. You don't have to hustle until you burn out. You just need to care, truly, deeply care about the person you're becoming. Let that care move you. Let that love guide your actions. Ask yourself, what would my future self thank me for? What can I do today that protects their peace, their joy, their freedom? Even small actions matter. A 5-minute meditation, one honest journal entry, a kind choice, a brave boundary, they all add up. So push yourself, yes, but not out of fear, not out of shame. Push because you deserve better. Push because you're capable of more. Push because your future self is waiting with open arms, whispering, thank you for not giving up on me. Hard days are not punishments. They are invitations to become present, to become still. There will be days when everything feels heavy. Days when the weight of the world sits on your chest. Days when the smallest task feels like a mountain and all you want to do is disappear. In those moments, it's easy to feel like you're being punished by life, by fate, or even by some unseen force. But take a deep breath and consider something else. What if hard days are not punishments at all? What if they are invitations? Invitations to pause, to look inward, to let go of the constant doing, chasing, proving, and instead, simply be. You see, we live in a world that glorifies motion. We are taught to run, to grind, to keep going, even when our soul is asking us to stop. But stillness is sacred. It's in stillness that you hear what the noise has hidden. It's in stillness that the truth rises, and it's in stillness that healing begins. A hard day slows you down for a reason, not to derail your life, but to reconnect you to it. When things fall apart, when plans collapse, when emotions flood your heart, it is not life being cruel. It is life inviting you to wake up, to the breath you've been ignoring, to the thoughts you've been suppressing, to the body you've been overworking, to the heart you've been disconnecting from. Hard days reveal what easy days often hide. They strip away the distractions. They quiet the external. They leave you face to face with yourself, raw, real, honest. And in that space, you are given a choice. Fight the moment or feel it. Judge yourself or hold yourself. Run away or return to yourself. Because being present is not just about mindfulness. It's about self-compassion. It's about saying, I don't have to be productive today. I just need to be gentle. I just need to be here. Even in the pain, even in the fog, even when everything feels off. Stillness isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It allows your nervous system to reset. It gives your soul room to breathe. It reconnects you with the rhythm of your being. And through that stillness, clarity arises. You begin to see what matters. You begin to remember what's real. You begin to realize that maybe this hard day isn't the enemy. Maybe it's the doorway back home. So next time life slows you down, don't rush to escape it. Don't label the day as bad. Instead ask, what is life trying to show me right now? Where have I disconnected? What have I forgotten about myself? And then breathe. Be still. And simply be. Because sometimes the hardest days are the ones that change you the most. Not by breaking you, but by bringing you back to yourself. Happiness is not loud. Sometimes it's just the quiet knowing, I'm okay, even now. In a world full of noise, we've been taught to believe that happiness must be dramatic. Big smiles, loud laughter, bright lights, social media highlights, vacations, achievements, public applause. That's what we're told happiness looks like. Always visible, always loud. But the truth is, happiness doesn't always scream. In fact, the most authentic kind of happiness often whispers. It doesn't need an audience. It doesn't ask for validation. It doesn't wear a mask for others to approve. Real happiness is quiet. It's the peaceful breath you take after a long cry. It's the moment you sit alone, and for the first time in days, your heart feels calm. It's when you walk into your home, hear the silence, and realize you feel safe. It's the soft inner voice that says, I've been through so much, but I'm okay. Even now, I'm okay. That moment, that inner knowing, is powerful. Because it's not tied to perfect circumstances. It's not based on who stayed or who left. It doesn't rely on a number in your account or a title next to your name. It's based on something deeper, self-connection. It comes from knowing who you are beyond your struggles. It comes from walking through pain and still keeping your heart open. It comes from learning to be with yourself, not as an enemy, but as your own closest friend. And that kind of happiness is unshakable. It doesn't need the noise. It lives in the stillness. It lives in the ordinary. It lives in the moments that no one sees, but you feel. It's in making your morning tea. It's in watching the sky change colors. It's in sending a message just to check on someone. It's in choosing to forgive. Not because they apologize, but because you're ready to be free. It's in saying to yourself, I may not have all the answers. I may sifre tears till be healing. But in this moment, I feel peace, and that is enough. So don't overlook these quiet moments. Don't compare your joy to someone else's highlight reel. You don't need fireworks to feel fulfilled. You don't need a crowd to be content. What you need is presence. What you need is gentleness. What you need is that small voice inside you that says, I'm not perfect, but I'm learning. I'm not there yet, but I'm moving forward. And even now, in this simple, imperfect, quiet moment, I am okay. That is real happiness. So be still, be soft, and listen. You might just hear your soul smiling. Don't seek escape. Seek meaning. What is this pain teaching you? When life becomes overwhelming, the natural instinct is to run, to escape, to avoid, to find something, anything that numbs the ache, distracts the mind, silences the discomfort. And in today's world, escape is easier than ever. A screen, a scroll, a substance, a lie, a smile that hides everything. Temporary relief is always just one click away. But the cost of escaping is high, because what you run from stays, it waits, and it grows in the shadows. Pain doesn't leave just because you look away. It lingers. It deepens. It starts to define you, not because it has power, but because you gave up your power to avoid it. But there is another path. Instead of escaping, choose to engage. Instead of numbing, choose to listen. Instead of hiding from pain, ask it, what are you here to teach me? Because pain is not your enemy. It is a messenger. It arrives not to punish you, but to awaken you. It says something within you is ready to change. There's a truth you've been ignoring. There's a wound that needs your attention. There's a version of you waiting to be born. But you cannot receive the message unless you stop running. You must sit with your discomfort, feel it, acknowledge it, name it, and then, gently, patiently, ask, what is this pain trying to show me? Sometimes the lesson is boundaries. Sometimes it's letting go. Sometimes it's self-respect, forgiveness, vulnerability, or the need to finally rest. But the lesson is always there. And when you choose to face the pain instead of escaping it, something powerful happens. The pain begins to transform. It softens. It guides you. It becomes part of your evolution rather than your prison. You become someone who doesn't need a perfect life to feel grounded. You become someone who sees the purpose within the storm. You become someone who turns suffering into self-awareness, because meaning changes everything. Meaning turns struggle into growth. It turns loss into wisdom. It turns breakdowns into breakthroughs. And you don't need to figure it all out in one moment. You just need to take the first courageous step. Stop asking how to escape the pain and start asking what it's pointing you toward. Maybe it's pointing you home. Maybe it's pointing you back to a part of yourself you abandoned long ago. Maybe it's not a wall, but a door. And once you find the meaning behind your pain, you won't need to run anymore. Because the moment you find meaning, the pain becomes power. No mountain is climbed in one leap. Step by step, breath by breath, you build your peace. In the face of a mountain, it's easy to feel small, overwhelmed, uncertain, tired before you even begin. We look at the summit, our goal, our healing, our peace, and we think, I'm so far from where I want to be. How will I ever get there? That's the illusion. The mountain may be big, yes, but it's not climbed in a single bound. It's not conquered by wishing or waiting. It's climbed step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. And that's how life works too. Healing happens gradually. Growth is layered. Transformation isn't a single grand moment. It's a series of small, quiet decisions that no one sees. The decision to wake up and try again, even when yesterday broke you. The decision to speak gently to yourself when your mind turns cruel. The decision to keep showing up, not for perfection, but for progress. It's the small things that build the big things. You don't need to have all the answers today. You don't need to leap to the top. You just need to take the next step. and then the next, and then the next. That's how strength is built, not in massive sprints, but in consistency. And here's the beautiful truth. Every small step matters. Every time you pause to breathe instead of reacting in anger, every time you choose silence over self-doubt, every time you take a walk when your thoughts grow heavy, you are climbing. Peace isn't found at the top. It's built along the way. Because peace is not a destination, it's a practice, a daily return to the present moment, a choice to release what doesn't serve you, a commitment to kindness toward others, and more importantly, toward yourself. So if today feels like you're still far away, that's okay. Just take the step that's in front of you. If all you can do today is breathe, then breathe fully. If all you can do today is rest, then rest deeply. If all you can do is hold on, then hold on with courage. Because even stillness can be progress. Even the smallest forward motion keeps the dream alive. And remember, no great journey ever looked perfect. No climber reaches the summit without stumbling. What makes them great is not that they never fell. It's that they never stopped climbing. So let go of the pressure to leap. Let go of the timeline in your mind. Let go of the illusion that you're behind. You're not behind. You're on the path. And the path is walked, one breath at a time, one step at a time. You're not just climbing a mountain. You're becoming someone who can stand at the top and say, I built this piece, one small step at a time. So today, push yourself, not to impress, not to pretend, but to truly live. Even if life is hard, push yourself to be happy, because that is true strength. This life, with all its chaos, uncertainty, and pain, is still yours. It's the only one you've been given. And no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how far from joy you may feel, there's one truth you must hold close. You are still here. You are still breathing. You still have time. And that means you still have power. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to perform happiness for the world. You don't need to pretend you're okay when you're not. But you do need to show up for yourself. Because happiness isn't something you stumble upon. It's not something someone hands you. It's something you build through choice, through effort, through courage. Even when the weight is heavy, even when the past is loud, even when the future is unclear. You push yourself to live, to wake up and greet the day with whatever you've got. To smile, not because everything is perfect, but because you are choosing light. To move forward, not because it's easy, but because staying stuck is not your destiny. This is what real strength looks like. It's not always loud. It's not always visible. Sometimes strength is just getting out of bed when your heart is aching. Sometimes it's choosing hope even while your hands are shaking. Sometimes it's standing in front of the mirror and saying, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm still trying. That kind of effort is sacred. It's the beginning of healing. It's the foundation of resilience. It's how you start rebuilding, not just your life, but your inner world. So no, you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to fake joy. You don't have to force a smile to convince the world you're fine. But you do have to choose today and again tomorrow. Choose to believe that happiness is possible, even here, even now, even in this mess. Choose to give yourself permission to feel joy, even if it's fleeting, even if it's small, even if no one else understands it. Because your happiness doesn't need to be justified, it only needs to be chosen. So when life is hard, and it will be, push yourself. Not to be perfect, not to be fearless, not to be strong in the way the world defines it. Push yourself to be authentic, to be present, to be alive. Push yourself to smile inwardly, to sit with peace even for a moment, to laugh even with tears in your eyes. Because that is the greatest act of courage. To be happy, even when life is hard, isn't denial. It's power, it's presence, it's freedom. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and push yourself to truly live